Hey, Depeche. I was waiting for somebody to show up. God, I'm hoping I've got the technical issues resolved from last week. That was a complete bummer. That level descent is not breaking up like it was doing last week. Hope so. Mike is all right. Okay, good. All right. I think my hard drive is just too full. Right? So I cleared out a bunch of shit. I think that's what it was, actually, because my machine's been acting a little funny. A little slow, a little laggy. I thought maybe that was doing it. Everything good. Okay, that's great. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Did you post in here, Depeche? I didn't. Oh, look at you. No, oh, wait. No, that's not you. Nothing you like, huh? Oh, man, there's a few. I'm surprised you're not posting. Maybe you're just sitting pretty where you are. Mute that. Nope. All right. I mean, all these pullbacks like what we waited for, right? We'll see. And of course, the pullbacks can. All right, is it a pullback? Always the question, right? What are we doing here? What? 11:30. More sound. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Let's pump this up even more. Better, better, better. Who's that? Nawful Rami. Is that better? I get my face closer to the mic. Let's see, volume. I can turn the mic up. Mic has its own volume. That should be much better, right? I'm pushing pretty hot there. Right? Oh shit. Let's see, I can go hotter. Better, better, better. System sound, mic. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Let's go. Oh, let's see. I give it 2-3 minutes. Let some people join us here. And as I was talking to Depeche, hopefully, whatever the issue was last week, that was just some gremlins. As I was saying to Depeche, I think my hard drive is just too full. Machine's been acting weird. 5, yes. 5, yes, easy. 5 by 5. I'm not sure what that means. 5 by 5. It's easy. Okay. All right. Let's give it. What are we at? 31. Let's give it another minute. It's kind of a weird. Yeah, it's kind of a weird day, right? It's the downside of doing these on Wednesdays, right? Once a month, I get fed cock blocked. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, let's see. First up, what do I have here? Race car K-Pack. Okay, let's not make the mistake I made 2 weeks ago and forget to take that off. Okay, here we go, guys. All right, so I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. So if there's any technical issues or problems, I'm going to check over there. Okay, you guys know the drill here. I just give you this little intro for those that might be joining us that are new to this. This is completely member driven. I ask the members to give me the assets that they're looking at, and then I'm looking for kind of a view of how they're applying the methodology that we teach. Are there ways that I can help them there? And then additionally, right? So for those of you that are watching, often you'll find some really some projects, or whether it be a crypto, a pair, or traditional asset here that might be ripe for either trade entry or getting on your watch list. And oftentimes, just based on the timing of doing this, on a Wednesday, you'll catch something that's, okay, so I'm going the right direction. So for example, Cardano here, as we sit looking at Cardano here, I'm going to change that to, can I do that? Let's change that to yellow. All right. So is this an ABC setting up for a textbook entry, whether we're coming down here 50 or golden zone, like Jesus, right? I mean, oh God, are we going to get it? Are we going to get a zigzag here? Oh my God, is it going to be that good? Kind of looks like it might, right? I mean, yeah, AG, right? Military slang for loud and clear. Oh, 5 by 5. Oh, Well, my son's in the military. He's going to the Green Beret. I should know that. Okay, so I mean, this looks pretty fucking good, right? Oh, let me do this here real quick, so I get my head around it, right? It's just brightens it up a little bit. I think it makes it easier for you guys to see. Always easier, right, when it's your own TA. So this is, I see what he's doing here, right? So he's. Oh, can we do it? Can we get away with that? Probably. Let's bulk this up a little bit here, just so we're clear on this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Diag, right? So we get the overlap here. Okay. You know, it's not perfect, but we can look at this as, but then we have to count it a little differently. If the, right, so, you know, again, right, so it's very tempting to say, oh, fuck, man, who cares, right? You know, we're way over here. Why do we care about this? Well, you can't make a difference. Is there another way around this? If I get this up here, I think that's what he was trying to do. Tighten this up a little bit. A, B, because you get a clean impulse here. Right? So I think that's what he's doing here. That's, you know, for a purist, that might be too much. We're looking at a 50 here. You know, I'm not that pure about it. Let's look here. Target. Look at that, nailed second target to the tick. So there's your entry right here. So I know that's a little, okay, so what's the point? Why after the fact? Because it gives me more conviction in the turn here that, okay, we put this double in here. Oh God, look at how good this is, right? I mean, all the things you look for, right? We come down here. This is a true, it looks like it sweeps it by one tick. And then, right, how do you know it's, you know, muscle, right? I.e. not retail. Oh, right. It just, we pop. I mean, if you get, what am I on, a 4 hour? Pop, retrace. I bet you that's technical. Well, we can get it right on there. Up, down, we get right in the pocket. Get a second target there. So I mean, that would give you, it just gives you more conviction. That's the point of doing it. Oh, let's see. That's a, no, let's leave that on there because that's his full retracement. So 1, 2, what, you know, what A, B, C, why would you think anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a little funky. Let's see, do we need that? You might need that. You could do it here. So you get a clean 5 here. Race car K-Pack, you see what I'm talking about there? So that if we do it this way, right, again, it's, you know, does it matter, right? I get that feeling, you know, your thought process there. Oh, fuck, man, does it matter? Well, it kind of does, right? I mean, if we begin and we end in 5s, right, that's just Elliott theory. Is that always the case? No, nothing is always. There is no always or every time, right? But this is certainly something we want to look for to gain more conviction if we're putting money at risk, right? Oh, okay, I got a clean 5 to finishes it. There's an ABC in here. Now, granted, I certainly see the imbalance. You know, you might have to think this. It's the size of the 2 to the 4. My guess is that's why. I guess you could do it here. Now that I look at it, I don't quite get an impulse here. No, maybe I take that back because I need the 1, 2. Because I need the what am I on, a 4? I need the 1, 2. I need the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little iffy there. Okay, again, let's not dwell on too much of the peculiarities of this rise up. Obviously, now one thing, race car K-Pack, once the 80% probability here, and that is a deep. I mean, that's a double bottom, right? That's barely legit because we actually do break the pivot here. But it plays, right? So, okay, we got 80% odds. We get it, right? There it is. Now, once that's hit, right, it's one-time use, right? So you don't really need it on there anymore, right? Because the 80% is burned. So I'm going to hide it, right? Let's hide it. And let's focus on what we have here. So here's our 5 down, 5 up, right? We begin and we begin and we end in 5s, right? It's just basic Elliott theory. Okay, so here's our beginning. We're going up in 5. What we got below, right? So I got an Elliott oscillator here. So here's the big push. So you can literally see it. I could label it just in the Elliott oscillator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I bring that up, bring you down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So I mean, you can't script it any more perfectly. It's fucking textbook, right? Right for the 4, right to the 0 line, then we pop, we get divergence on the 5. I mean, so pretty good conviction. Okay, I see this is too big, right? To be perfect, right? Perfect is not the goal. Profitability is the goal, right? So we come do something like this. Okay, let's extend it. A, B, we're going to get a zigzag. Well, it looks like we might, right? I mean, that's what's happening across most of crypto right now. We're getting the retrace. Now, of course, the wild card, right, which there is no knowing, but we certainly would have more conviction here in the idea that we're retracing before we go up to target that third. I mean, what there's no reason to think otherwise. Oh, come here. Where's that thing? Let's put that in a brighter blue. 1, 2. It's so funny, you know, how you react emotionally to that, because when you're at the 1 high, you're like, oh fuck, God, maybe I can get a zigzag. But then when the zigzag is coming, right, it gets a little scary. It's coming down. I'm not sure I can buy that coming down. Well, you don't have to buy the full load here, and of course I talk about this all the time. If we're coming here, and if we don't know, right, but if we're coming here or deeper, you might nibble a little here, right? So often I'll do that. I'll take a small little position here and kind of wait and see. All right, because I don't know where that's the pivot's coming until I get some confirmation that I have a good low. So I'd be looking for things like sweeping the low here. Is there an order block? You know, when we come out of here, is there that opportunity there to take the push and then the retrace for the add? Because, right, it's, you know, just basic Elliott, it's not likely to do this all at once. So let's put the target up here, right? So I'm just using traditional Elliott. Make sure I'm all right here. For some reason, we can't see your mouse pointer. What the fuck? Not again. You're not seeing this? Holy shit, again. How is that possible? How is that possible? I swear to God, I have just got gremlins in my machine. You're not seeing my mouse. What the fuck? I see that you're not seeing it. Hang on. What could that be? I have no fucking idea why. That's never. Let's see. If I do this, do you see the crosshairs? Yeah, you see the crosshairs. So you are seeing the crosshairs, but you're not seeing the mouse. Let's see if I do this. Do you see this? Hang on. God damn, this is pissing me off. I have no idea. Yeah, you're seeing the arrow, but you're not seeing the mouse. Oh fuck me. I have no idea what would be doing that. Ugh. Never run into that before. Well, oh God, see if I talk with this, oh Jesus, that's really annoying. Maybe I can keep it, the arrow. No, can't do that. Maybe I can do this and just draw. Are you getting that? Yeah, you are getting that. Holy fuck, guys. I don't know what is going on with my stuff technically. You're not seeing that mouse because but the weird thing is, no, it's not showing on, OBS isn't showing it either. So that's the problem. Motherfucker. Okay, I got nothing I can do. That's the thing about a live stream. It's live. I can't fix it. But God, you don't even get the pointer. What can I use here? Crosshair. I swear. It's crosshair. Hang on. Jesus, this is 3 weeks in a row. This is really weird. Okay, so you're seeing the crosshair. I always find that a little annoying, but that may be the only thing I've got to work with here. So let me. I'll try not to move. I know I talk with my hands on the mouse. Okay, let me try. Oh God, that's gonna annoy the fuck out of you guys. Okay, well, so let's see if I can keep going here. So we've got 5 down into an A, 3 into a B. Now here comes the C. Right? I mean, we literally couldn't script this any better. Coming down to this location, I'm gonna try not to move that too much. So as I was just trying to draw over here, if we're coming down here now, there's no reason why we couldn't be done here. Although it's just a little abnormal. What would you normally anticipate? Well, you might, in a zigzag, Oops. Double click there when I didn't want to. We're doing this, right? So that's the 618. Well, that's there for a reason. That's not an uncommon target. Usually that has to do with a setting from OBS. Yeah, that's OBS is what I'm using. It's the weird thing is that I've never had these problems before, and all of a sudden they're showing up. There's an update to OBS that I haven't done. Maybe that's it. Oh gosh, so sorry guys. God, this is frustrating for me. Okay, so let's I'm gonna try and not lose my shit here. Okay, so here's the A, here's the B. Now, could we be done here? Does it look like we are? It looks like we could be. It looks like that's some sort of a 4. Let's go down to a 1. 1, 2. God, the 5 down is good. The 3 up is good. I'm just, if I go down this tight, you got to consider this. So remember, with Elliott Wave, you're kind of working backwards, right? So do I have a zigzag here? Or, I mean, a completed impulse. Excuse me. That looks like at 1. Well, we could be doing it this way. It could be 1, 2, 3 could be in, 4 going, and we're going to get a short extension in the 1. We're going to overlap here. Let's. Griff, hey. Crosshair is fine. Okay, good. I know because I talk with my hands on the mouse, so it moves around. It's kind of annoying. I'm gonna try and not do that. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a 3 now. I'd probably reconsider here. Can I get this into a WXY? If this is going to go A, B, C, and we're going to start to rally here. Ugh. That's a bit of a force fit. Well, part of it also here is I'd rather be a buyer down here a little bit lower. Just, you know, we're looking for a 2. Now, okay, a 2 at a 38. It's not like it doesn't happen. But I'd want to see one more little push down here. Otherwise, you're going to have to turn this into an ABC, which means you're going to be back here trying to dig a WXY out of it. You know, at the bottom line, at the end of the day, it's a 3, right? But it just doesn't quite look right for a 2. You know, so there's a little bit of, okay, well, you know, we're going to get some rocket fuel from the Fed today. Probably not, right? There'll probably be a little reaction, right? They're not doing anything today. That's pretty much already factored into the market. So what's the status, right? We're just going to drift a little bit until we get to September. Could be, right? Slowest time of the year. But, you know, it's got so many good things happening in crypto behind the scenes, right? With all the new regulatory issues being resolved. At least they're making progress toward that. So I would certainly be watching here. Because if indeed, right, you got to think, I mean, you're going to see this across all the alts that we look at. If indeed we're going to have a true alt season, it's time. Now, okay, I'm not saying today, but, you know, between now and, you know, the November, there should be something like this to set us up into a 1, 2 to go big, right? If we're going to get a big alt scene, well, Cardano is certainly going to be part of it. You would anticipate, right? As we go into the tokenization of everything. Is that real? Sure seems like it's happening. It's, you know, of course, if you've been in crypto for as long as I have, well, geez, I'm what am I, 7 years in? You know, we've been waiting for this for a long, long time. So you get a little bit like, okay, right, is it this time? Is it this time? Well, could any of crypto be setting up, you know, when I'm talking majors, could they be setting up any better for a true alt season? It seems like you couldn't script it any better. It'd be worse if we were rallying here. The fact that we're retracing is the entry, right? So it's now, or, you know, you got to step up now. You know, if we're going to put it now, I'm not saying buy here. But if this starts to pivot and we start to get some traction, boy, if I get a 5 going up, I'm sure going to be looking hard for that 3 coming down. Okay, that's probably enough on that one. Thanks for that one, Racecar K-Pack. We may see this again. It looks like it's mostly crypto today, which is understandable. Let's see. Do I have any trads? Any trads? Nope, all crypto. And then I got to line up from our X as well. Now, this is one of my guys. This is George giving us a look at his views on some of the Bitcoin possibilities. So let me save that. To demonstration of mouse type. I can change crosshairs to demonstrate. Fuck, how do I do that? Oh shit, man. I don't know how to do that on the fly. Let's see. That's the thing with a live stream, man. You can't fuck with it on the fly. Let's see. Is there something here? You can change crosshair. Where would I do that? In settings? Hang on. Crosshairs, status. Oh shit, guys, I hate to be doing this right in the middle. Canvas. Fuck. Don't see it there. I just can't do it. I can't do it on the fly. There's no rehearsal with with live streams. It's live and go. Okay, all right, so let me get back to here. I have 3 Bitcoin charts in 3 separate folders. Scenario 1 is linear. Okay, right, so we've all looked at this many a time. Well, what's the question here, right? The question is, did something complete here? Or are we in the, I mean, this is what we're all kind of trying to figure out. Is this before we do something like that, and then maybe a deeper correction and then go higher? It's very hard to call it right here. You know, as we go down to smaller time frame here, I think there's a very real possibility we're putting in a 4, and then there's another kick here. Well, I mean, just looking at it at this distance, would you? It seems reasonable, right? Again, just first glance, are we doing 3? Are we doing 1 of 3? Or pardon me, a 5, right? If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or is it, you know, it's hard to call it out here. Saying, okay, wait, was this 1, 2, or is that 3? This is the 4. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, you would have thought we'd have a much deeper retracement, right? You've been thinking, well, where's the wave 2, right? You've been is this 1, 2? Oh, well, that's almost it's so bullish. You catch yourself thinking, oh, come on, man, that's right. That would mean 1, 2, 3. We're into the stratosphere, right? If that's what happens, I'm not gonna be disappointed. But looking here, let's get these back over here. Let's go to his folder count here and see if I get something. Scenario 1. Okay. Oh, I see what he did. Okay, I got it. View in linear. Okay. Or so here he's answering for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completed. We're doing an A. We're going up for the B before we do a deeper retracement, right? So that's on the premise that from the low we completed the impulse, right? And this is, you know, a lot of very solid Elliottians, right, have that view. That's what always makes Elliott Wave, you know, love it or hate it, right? That there's going to be different opinions about where we are in the count. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I want to review those. This sure looks impulsive, but we don't have clarity on the 2, right? And that's kind of a hallmark of Bitcoin, right? Is that often you've got very shallow 2s because the market just starts to roll. There's no pullback, right, until you get into a 3-4. So one more little kick up here to 130. That's not a crazy thought by any means. Let's hide that one now and go to number 2. This wave 1 looks impulsive. It does. To the 1, 2 here would make sense, going 3, 4, 5. So we're pushing up here to 136. Both of them are kind of targeting that 130, 136 area before we get a more significant pullback. That's certainly something that I would consider. Let's keep moving through that. Oh, pardon me. Let's get that one off, and let's go to 3, which is in log scale. Let's get that one off here. All right, so what are we doing here? So he's got a nice big channel on here. Note all fibs are in linear. Interesting. Okay, now let's see if we can look at this. And does this add some clarity here? So what is it we're trying to do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Extension in the fifth. This is closer to my primary, which just because it's my primary doesn't mean it's right. It just, that's what I'm seeing. I think this is a good 1, 2 right now. You know, there's a lot of debate on where you can start that. Some people want to start it here, triangle here. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. But swing, retrace, right? So all that matters to me is that if I'm going swing, retrace here, do I break that high, right? So I say this all the time. That's all the market ever can do, right? We retrace. Now which side's going to break, this one or this one? That's it, right? We're in 2 dimensions, so that's all that ever can happen. So we come right back to the support, right? So you can look, it's like, oh, fuck, man, it's right out of a TA 101. Really? Does that still happen? I read that book 40 years ago, but there it is right in your face with Bitcoin. So we're put the median lines on here. What do I have? I have odds in my favor, right? I've got 80% probability we get there. Now, we could have gotten here. Nope. Here, right? We're still, right? The longer it takes, the higher it goes, but the odds are still in play, right? It's to miss it would be the surprise, right? If we're not going to push up here and get the tag, that median line, again, I'm just playing the odds, right? So you got better odds than that? You got better than 80? Love to see it. That's a nice trio, George, right? Really lays out 3 possibilities here. We all get so caught into it's going higher, it's going higher, it's going higher. Yeah, you know, you got to be a little bit mindful of the fact that traditional assets seem very, very expensive, very over. There's been no pullback. Fuck, let's see what I've got here. That's a 15. No, there's a 4-hour, right? Let's go to a daily and just look. So what would cause Bitcoin to pull? Like, look, this thing is just not. There's no sign of any sort of a topping here. We don't have. We're just, if this is 1, 2, is this 4 in here? Are we doing 3, 4? And now we're doing the 5. At some point, right? Again, it's not. You know, you can't call it just because. Well, that's a pattern that, you know, it must come to. It's just at some point. You know, if you look at where we are in valuation, and you know, can AI just drive this indefinitely without a retrace? Right, some little divergence here. I mean, it's going to need more fuel. So if the Fed holds off, if we hold off to the end of the year, this starts to roll over a little bit, because at this point you're guessing, right? You like, is there a 4? Are we still all in the 3? And we might get something like this just to go sideways, right? Stop progressing in the trend and then keep going. That's fucking monstrous, right? But this kind of stagnation will stagnate Bitcoin with it, right? Because this is, you know, you could damn near, right? So what's the only thing that could keep this going, right? Is the Fed. At some point, right? It's just the way the markets move, right? At some point, there's going to be some profit taking, some correction, or some trigger event that's going to cause something deeper. I don't want to say inevitable, but it's inevitable. At some point, we're going to roll over, but you can't guess what it's going to be. So you just got to be prepared for it. I have hedges on, but I'm not fully hedged. But I just looking at this, I want to be hedged because I'm exposed on the long side. Okay, let me get back to where I was, which was the Bitcoin here. So you look at this and go, oh, what would if we get up here and then we start to stall and then the S&P starts to roll over? Oh. Okay, where are we? We're in a third, right? We don't even have a good 2 in the third, right? So it makes it really tricky. Is that the 2? It's on a daily. Very shallow too, right? It's common for Bitcoin. One, 2, very shallow. Well counted, right? His TA craft here is excellent. 1, right? All these little triangles here gets it all. 1, 2 gets it all done. 3, 4. God, look at the 4. Right? These are just little babies, right? 1, 2. Right? So we're 1, 2. Right? Even this is like, where's your fucking 2? 1, 2. How would you? There's only so many ways you can count that. Looks like you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, working up 4, 5. Well, what will that be if we complete that? 1, 2. Probably not the 3. Probably the 1 of 3. Wouldn't that be your first thought? Oh, fuck, that can't be the 3. That's the 1 and 3. Bitcoin, see, if think about his other accounts, if Bitcoin is not going to make 100% of the 1 here on this third, then I'm thinking ABC, right? Here's 618. Then, you know, one of his other accounts that we just looked at, let's go back to the flat. B, A, B, C, and then we get a deeper retracement. So these are hard to look at. You're like, oh, fuck me, right? Bitcoin down to 70%, or excuse me, 70K. Oh, nobody wants to look at that. Not if you're long Bitcoin. Why? It's not that I would sell my Bitcoin. I'd be buying more down here. It's that, fuck me, it's going to take that much longer. It just means the push to the big money just gets put off, right? Another, you know, now we're rolling into next year. Maybe the rate cuts next year. So it's a little bit of a, fuck, do we have to keep waiting? Right? I know, right? It's annoying, but you cannot ignore this. We have not had a great, off of this low, impulsive move here. So that's very good input, George. Thank you for those. Okay, so I'm going to move off of that just because George is the one that reminds me I go too long on the first couple of ones that I do. Here's Crypto Janus. Let's see. He's giving us a look at his Bitcoin, right? So this will be interesting to see how these two guys are viewing it, right? Which that's just more ideas and more idea exchange. Oh, I want that. I want watch list off, right? So let's go. I got to copy this. Oh, I got to figure out the live stream thing. I bet it's the update I needed to do. Oh, fuck. Where am I? Okay, so higher right. Okay, this is, no, he said Bitcoin USDT. I think he means higher left. I got Bitcoin ETH. Yeah, so it's got to be this. Okay, one thing about Crypto Janus is he loves him some trend lines. Okay, so let's see if I can get in here. It looks good. I just do this for a second. We can see it better. Okay. God damn, that's a lot of lines. Okay, hang on. Let me try and make this easier for you guys to see. What is this white line here? This is cycle high. Okay, so I gotta take some of this out of here. We're just not gonna be able to see any of it. I don't want to disrespect your work here. I can't get in there. This is now broken, so we can get rid of that. This channel still in play. That's your 1, 2, but I got to get rid of that. I'm gonna pull this one out. Crypto Janus, I'm doing this just so I can get in there and see where you are. Okay, so he's seeing it this way. Right, so we're gonna go one. Oh fuck me, come here. That's what I want. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Right, doesn't seem crazy. We got a tiny little 4. We're doing a triangle here. Pardon me. We did an A. We're doing a triangle B. Pardon me. A B. Excuse me. A B C. And now, right, are we doing an X or are we going to go up here and put the Y? So that seems to be where we are here. This is a candidate for the 4, right? But if it's 1, 2, all right, then that comes off the board, right? We're not worried about that. I'm going to take that off. We're not worried about this being an X wave. Well, right now, because, shit. Jeez, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, right now, because I have this impulse and a 3 into the correction, now this is the, I'm not getting anything very impulsive here. Now everything's on hold while we're waiting for the fucking Fed, right? Hold, right? And usually that means drift lower. I'd much rather see it drifting lower than drifting higher pre-Fed, because what is, you know, barring some surprise, I don't think there's not likely to be much surprise other than maybe something he says in the press conference afterwards. I got a 1, 2, 3 here, but I don't have a great launch on that. What? Oh. Now, you could look at it and say, well, it's because we're waiting for the Fed. What are you going to call it? A diag? Pretty fucking ugly diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right. How much conviction do you have in it? All right, that's the question, right? So that's what we're doing per that. Okay, I mean, it's sharp, sideways. You could talk yourself into it. The problem is not the when I say problem, right? The thing that would give you pause is this what I've got here? Is this a leading diag? Oh. See, I always look at it this way. What if you're going to take a trade here? The TA almost doesn't matter. Like if you're buying Bitcoin today pre-Fed, it's just you're just positioning, right? If it goes down, well, you're going to dollar cost average down. If you're trying to be precise with the technicals, there's nothing that's not good enough. When I say that, I mean it's, at least as I look at that, I say that's not good enough to risk money. Unless I'm willing to just park some money here. Well, fuck, if I can buy it at 117, right, and it's going to 130, what do I care? This looks more likely to me to be a WXY. What I see here is, okay, that looks like a W working on an X, and we're going to get a deeper Y. Maybe we're going to come down to the golden zone. Maybe we go deeper. But that's not the impulsive launch one you want. Oh, I think he already had this on here, right? This was... right, shit that I can't make up, right? I show this every week. Dozens of times. Right, Bitcoin loves the golden zone, right? So where's that target? $116. I'm on a 60-minute. All right, so WXY into 116. Well, I've got a massive untapped order block down here. I have all bullish order flow right down here. Right down before we launch up. Jesus, 116-ish, right? That was kind of key support when we looked back before. We're like, oh, God, this thing it needs to hold 116. Well, we got the push through and then the recovery. He's right on the spot here, right? X or an ugly one. Well, it's, I've seen worse ones. I do think more probable here, you've got the, well, this would all have to be. Oh, fuck me. Actually, now that I look at this, we're going to have to do A. B has to go over here. So we're going to go A, B, C, D, E for the B, for the C, right? So I have a candidate here for this to be the 4, right? It's a candidate. 1, 2. That's not too much hopium. But I don't want to pounce on it right now. Right? I'll let the Fed move happen. You're going to see some volatility, but I'm not expecting fireworks today. I think it's just all like, well, we have to do the Fed, we have to do the meeting, we have to do the presser, right? It'll be, the next couple of days. I think what else can we look at here? Right, we're just sideways. Very reminiscent of a 4, right? We stopped progressing the trend. We've just gone into chop, right? What does that sound like? It sounds like a 4. Where's the 5? 132. Note, as we looked at with George's TA here at that 130-ish range. I know, it gets there and you think, well, God, if it goes to 130, it can go to 150. If it goes to 150, it can go to 200. It's not a bad spot, depending on where you're long from. That wouldn't be a bad spot to take a little profit. Because what's it setting up, right? So the question is, what is your horizon? If we do this, right, and then we're going to do this, you're going to go from 130 and ride it down to 110. Okay, maybe, right? What would the premise be? If that's a 1, that's the 2, then this is not likely to be the 3. That's going to be one of 3, right? Now we're talking about, that's where you got to make a decision, right? Oh, shit. If I get out at 130 and it goes to 190, am I screaming? Well, you're certainly going to have multiple opportunities to get on board here, right? There'll be retraces. So something to think about. I just don't think it's ripe right now. So, okay, let me keep moving. I can get stuck. Higher right screen. How am I doing over here? You can change the cross. Okay, so it looks like you guys are okay. ETH, we're getting a full run of Crypto Genesis layout here. So, okay, again, I do this onto the right here. That bugs me. I take the volume off only because just for screen space, not because I don't value what volume tells us. I would just do it a little differently. Okay, ETH, ETH Solana, right? With the, what do we have? The Clarity Act, the Genius, all of these, you know, tokenization is coming, and it sure fucking looks like it's coming. ETH and Solana are going to be big winners here, right? It's, you know, some dispute who's better for it, and then you got to put, you know, Cardano into the mix as well. I think they're all going to do pretty well, right? So if we look here, 1, 2, 3 is the 4 in. If the 5 is in, well, we just completed, right? What is that, right? Could that be? Let's go back a little bit. So is that the 3? Well, you don't really want it to be the 3, right? The 1, 2, I don't think there's much. We're right to a 50. You really want this to up here, right? There's your high probability zone. If I draw it, I think he's got me locked. But let me just do it so you can. So it'll stand out a little better. If that's the 1, right? Just for demonstration purposes, that's the 2. Where are we looking for? Where do they typically go? So you'd really like to see this get up here. Okay, well, how could we do that? Get this out of here. Is that, are we just, you know, because we want it there, or is it realistic? Could the 3 be still going in, right? Or is there more to come? That looks like a completed impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4 may be in dispute. Oh shit, let's get in there. Oh, here, I got to do this. I just find it's harder to see it if I don't change that a little bit. Okay, if the 3 is in, which is very reasonable, I've got a perfect 5 followed by a perfect 3. It's just shallow. And then what, oh. Let's go to a 1 here. ABC, 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 ABC. So we got a little bit of a clusterfuck here. W, right? So are we doing this? What's the problem there? Okay, I see what he's doing. So let's move this up. Oh, let's go to white here and let's make that a little bigger. Okay, 1, 2. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, not hit the way he's counting it. Well, I think CryptoGenesis, I think you're trying too hard to get an impulse in there. So he's looking at it like this. We don't really have. We get an impulse here. We don't. You couldn't go one. You'd have to do ABC, right? And then it looks like you're trying to, you know, avoid the overlap of the 1 here to get an impulse in there. I'm not sure I'd count it that way. I was against just because that I might do it differently. Doesn't mean that's the right answer. Let's see if we can work on this. All right, can we do that? Now, obviously, we've had the overlap. I mean, for a bull, if we're going to do a diag here, I would be much more inclined to think we're doing the 1 of the 5th rather than that we're topping here after this pretty significant kick. Let me brighten that up. It's green here. The 1, 2, and 3 seems pretty solid. I mean, that's a little skinny. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just my suggestion, right? You don't have to do whatever works for you, but I always change the colors, right? So I don't get lost on what's what goes with what. Let's see, that I would take to, oh fuck, we'll put it there. Okay, 1, 3, ooh. Oh, there's a 5 there. That's mighty. I'd probably count that a little bit differently, but you'd end up at the same spot. This would be your 3. So what are we doing here? Right? It's the usual. Okay, we're going sideways in the 4, right? We're going to hurry up and wait. Now, we come at it today and we get a little retrace, right? Bummer. Is that a bummer, or is that exactly what you hope to see? that we sell off a little bit for better entries down here. That's what I want to see, because my bet is that we're going substantially. 4 or 5K seems very reasonable for Ethereum. So how do you time it, right? I would certainly love to be buying down here as opposed to be, again, discount premium with, you know, are you buying it on sale? Or are you buying it here at full retail, right? Who's going to be a buyer up here? Retail. We got to do this, right? What is that? If we do that, right, and we get a new high here, well, then you think, okay, I got a leading diag. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3. Now we're pushing 5K. 4, 3, 4, 5. One, two. Ugh, it's just such a shame we can't get a better. I really want I don't want this to be, I don't really like this. I mean, like we get to pick the market, but, or how it moves, but I'd rather have this all be part of the 4. This, I think we got to, I want more 4. There's an ambulance chaser in here in our market. Advertises all the time. You want more? Call the 4s. Well, here's the 4 that I want. I want this to go sideways for a while, and it may. We don't have all the regulation nailed down. I want more Ethereum, but I don't want to buy it up here. So what would I like to see? Some sort of WXY. Lots of reasons why it could come down here, right? And then set up, 1. I'll take, then I'll add more there. 3, 4, 5. You're pushing 5K seems like the reasonable target. Nice round number. More 4. Call the 4s. Okay, thanks for that, Crypto Janice. Oh wait, I got more from him. I got DeFi perp. Hang on a sec. Lower right screen. Oh no, that's not right. Oh shit, man, I don't know what you mean there. Oh, let me see. He's giving me a new chart. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. Let's check how we doing. Okay, no comment from you guys. Okay, so it seems like we're okay, other than having to watch my cursor move. DeFi, USDT. I think Crypto Janice, he follows the... Oh, fuck. Hang on. All right. He knows more about the back end than I do. Okay, let me do this. Takes me a second here just so you guys can see it better. Okay, so DeFi perp. All right. So trade a little leverage here. Would you want to? Okay, all right. So again, I only do this just because it's just going to be easier to see. Oops. It's going to be easier to see. I'll change that color. Let's go to yellow. Okay. Okay, so diag into the 1, right? It's pretty reasonable. An ABC, it's a little skinny, right? But what else are you going to do with it, right? Because we get the ABC that follows it. So, right, 5 up, 3 down. Order block that had been untapped, right? So that gets... Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, truncation 5. Oh, bummer. Let's go to 3. Well, I mean, of course, why not a WXY, right, if we're going to come lower? Truncation, last resort, right? So we have to lock in here that we've truncated. Yeah, I see his count there. That's not bad. Well, you can certainly see the potential for it to be an ABC, right? It could be A, B, C instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then you'd be thinking, oh, not a truncation. Trunk's still to come. I mean, you can put the truncation up there as a, well, it could be, right? But I'd sure have an alternate prepared. Where are we on the 38? Again, I'm just doing this because his colors are going to be harder to read. Here's the trend line. It's 2 to the through the 3. You're in the pocket, right? I wouldn't hate it down here, as he's noting. Right, we got some untapped, order block right there, right? So we didn't get a lot of displacement there. Bring it all the way down here. Well, if you use all of the down, right, we got a toe in the water here. Well, God, that looks like Cardano. It's the same kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could certainly be the A, the B, and the C still to come. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little overlap, right? So that's the impulse. That's the retrace. That looks like an impulse. Annoying, but okay, right? So here's what I'd rather see. Now your choice is: do you want to trade for the retrace into the B up here? I mean, if you're itching to get long, I wouldn't be assuming that that's going to new highs, right? Well, let's say we did that, right? Are you gonna think that we truncated here? Or are you gonna be thinking, right? 5 still to come. That's what I'd be thinking. So absolutely one to get on your watch list. Looks good. I don't know what the volume of trading is on this, but you're kind of stuck with that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not perfect, but don't be looking for perfect. Did we sweep any liquidity here? Well, we had this little consolidation. We swept down, and we're getting our. Wouldn't mind seeing it sweep. Right? You want to have a little more conviction. If we sweep that low, right here, that would be the tell, right? Oh, we got to sweep to the low. What are they doing? They're grabbing the liquidity here, which okay, now we start to go right then. 3, right? It starts to go. So one to get on your watch list. I just got good potential. Got to the daily. See how he's like? Oh, he's very bullish. Holy shit. That's pretty bullish. Super important trend line. Three, 4, 5 of. Well, what would that be? I'm going to push this up. Oh, shit. Come back here. If that's 3, right, is it 3? If we're coming out of here and that's 3, well, we'd have a structure break here, which would set up the retrace. No, that's not going to be 3, right? So if we look at this, let's get that out of there. What's more probable here? Oh, let's go to. I'm not saying I know he does, and my count is right. I'm just saying if this is 1, 2, and we're going to do, put in a 3, 4, 5. That's not going to be 3. Well, not likely to be 3. That's going to be the 1 of 3. I know he had the. Oh, right over here. I know he has these targets. You do it yourself, right? Okay, if this is the 1, if that's the 1 and that's the 2, where do they usually go? I know I say that all the time. Like, well, wouldn't that be a reasonable target? Where do they usually go? Well, how would we do this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweep this liquidity. It's not the all-time high. Sweep this liquidity here. 1, and then start the retrace because you'd be looking for a 2 then. 1, 2. I'm going to set an alert. I don't know if I can. I'm going to add alert right there. I do this all the time, right? From stuff we see on live streams. I don't really track these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good one, Cryptogenesis. Very good. Good stuff. Oh, I got Andreas. There it is. Let's see what he's thinking. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Bitcoin Satoshi's vision, as he's consistent. Okay, let's see if he's adapted. Let's save that. And let's get rid of this one to reduce memory lag. How am I doing on time? 12:30. Okay, I got an hour because I got a bunch from X. Okay, let's again, just so you guys can see it a little better. Oh, fuck, I have it somewhere. Okay, hang on. Let's just take a look here. Let's go to too far there. So really, okay. So we got some tags in the median lines. Okay, it's not quite as useful, but potentially some ports. So I'm going to hide that for a second. We got a golden zone here. I'm going to hide that for a sec. Well, see, if you're going to go one, again, this is kind of Elliott, but you know, I'm not saying right, wrong. If you get a 1 and I get a 2 here, well, then I'm getting, the suggestion here is I'm getting an impulse here, but I'm not getting an impulse, right? So I'm getting a 5, but it's a diag, right? I mean, here's the 1. Oh, I take that back. Hey, maybe it's not, but do we have an impulse there? So, shit, let's get in there. Maybe you can pull it off. I don't think you can pull that off as an impulse, right? I think, assuming you guys see what I'm talking about here. Is this an impulse? Oops. That's not 5. That's 2, 3, 4. It looks to me like it's another diag, right? So it's kind of fucking us up here. Let's see if there's another. Let's see a better. It's kind of sloppy Elliott, right? I mean, it's just the market's not, when I say that, I don't mean his count or the market's not playing great Elliott ball here. Here's an alternate to consider. I think I can see this here. Well, let's see. If I do this, can I get... No, that's going to get his S&P. Okay, just since it's not quite playing good Elliott ball, let's see if there's an alternate here that we can come up with that would work here. So my eye is kind of saying, okay, if this is 1 and this is 2, this is a diag, right? So can I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3? I can't quite make it work. 4, I have to do it this way. I'd have to have a flat here. 1, 2, oh Jesus, can we even get it? One, 2. You may not be able to get it. 2, 3. That's a toughie. Can you even get it here? You're kind of stuck with that, right? But even here, you don't really get a 5. You're going to have to pull your... that may play better as a, I'm just going to fuck with this a little bit here, see if I can get a better solution. Now, if we're going to do a truncation, it might be up here. We're going to truncate right here. And then I would move this up here. Let's take that up a degree. Trying to get this to complete. So this would have to move here. This would move here. This would move here. Let's take those up a degree. Is it pretty? No, it's not pretty. This would be the full retrace. But I would pull it from here. Well, actually I'd pull it because the algo doesn't care about a truncation. I would do that. In the pocket. And as he noted, right, there's a golden here. Looks like it's, do we get a close above? We did, right? So Al is out there, but still, right, so perfectly valid for a 2, or excuse me, for a B. So A, B, do we have a zigzag going in? Or are we doing they're all kind of doing the same thing. It looks like an extension in the one shell. It looks like they're doing the same as the others, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Like we're going to get something like that. So we're on crypto, right? So where you can just look at it, right? You know you're going to have a lot of volume down here, right? The consolidation here. So if that hits it as 1, it's an ugly one. God damn it. Hang on, right? 3. We got to do it this way. God, this is a clusterfuck. So we got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get the third in. Ugh, God, could this possibly be still up here? I don't think so. Well, okay, let's revisit this. It looks like you might have an A, B, C here, right? So it would give us a candidate for a W. W, X, Y. This is the problem here, right? It's just all tough one, right? So, okay, so what's the bottom line here? Okay, we're coming down, right? At some point, because this is, you know, open to a lot of interpretation, I would look for some sort of a pivot down here, and I'd wait, right? So Andreas, who I don't know if he's looking for a place to add or just looking for, you know, hope that this is going to go. 1, 2 is where I wouldn't buy it until I had something like this, right? And I would want to see some sort of a break of structure, you know, some reason here, and then have come down here. Maybe I get a little fair value gap or imbalance or an order block, something that would suggest to me, okay, well, I can take a medium amount of risk here if that's my low. I mean, you could put on the 707 or, you know, something like this. We've got. If I do it this way, oh fuck me, come here. Ah, Jesus. Down like this into a Y. If I can get ABC here, I want this. I'd be looking for that. This, I don't know where this is. Is it here? It's really, it's just not a great count. So all the more, right, since I can't have a lot of conviction in the Elliott, I'm going to be light here until I can see more. Okay, right, okay, maybe it's ABC, maybe we're going into a WXY. I know I've got potential support down here, and I've got algo support down here, but I don't want to force anything. Show me, right? Do that, give me the pop, right, and then I can control the risk, take a little retrace off of that. That's what I would do. Good count. It's on a very challenging. You know, look at the market. That's a pretty tough one. Well, you want to do it this way, right? Really want to. It's not a 5. tricky. I've approached with caution, right? If it's, again, my view is always this way, right? I've been saying this for 6 years. We have so much to trade. Why would you be looking to add? Now, I know he's in this, right? Why would you be looking to add something where it's a little bit, I've seen better setups, right? Why? That's where you want to put your money at risk? Well, it's okay. I'm going to get better. It's just something to keep in mind. Okay, Griff, ARB, USDT. Thanks for that, Andreas. Okay, so let's leave this one. How am I doing? 12:30. How are we doing? How about Intel? Definitely, if I can get to it, I promise I will. Thanks for the suggestion. I like to see it. I know. With earnings close by. ARB. Oh, that's an interesting color palette. Okay. Well, I got a lot going on here. Okay, so let me go out to a daily. Is this going to fuck up if I change it? I don't think it is. Let's try. Whoa, that's interesting. Okay, well, I suppose that's... let's see. I might count that a little differently. Doesn't matter, right? Okay, so we've got a low down here. I'd probably be a little bit more inclined to be looking at this as a 3, right? I would kind of look that way, right? I got some sort of a 3 here. Okay, I get a 1. I got a deep 2. Ooh, right? Are we going to sweep the low? No, right? So that's a good sign, right? Really? We're not going to sweep the liquidity down there? Oh, okay, that's a good sign. Median line is not adding as much value, right? We burned the 80%. Now, it can provide structure, right? But I'm not sure that's helping us here. So let's pull that out a little bit, just out of curiosity, right? Can't help myself. Curious. Pretty good. Get it right on there. Al involved? Well, certainly in the pocket. The algo gets paid. Get that right on there. Okay, so whether you're counting the 5, oh, let's do it this way. All right, so whether you're counting this as the 5 to finish, really doesn't matter, right? So I because I begin and end in 5, right? So I've got a 5 that's a candidate to be finishing. Do I have a good 5 up? It's more like a 3, but let's get in there. This is good. I'm just going to hide it for the time being, just for a second here. Let's hide that. Okay, all right, so can I get, yeah, it looks like I can go diag, right? So it does look like I can get the 5 swings there. All right, so let's label it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there's a candidate for a 1. You know, not the sexiest one, but it flies. Well, if you're working backwards here, here's the impulse, so I guess that's as... That's kind of a bumpy ride down. If we put the A here, B lunar just drops right to the floor. Al. There he is. Right, shit, I can't make that shit up. Show it to you every week, right? Why do I do it? Why? Oh, but that's after the fact. So the next time you see it, you're like, oh, hey, let's pay attention. A, B, per, I'm just literally, can it get, again, it's not the 618. It splits them. Golden zone. So I got, again, here's the, we were just looking at this, right? Really? You're not going to get that liquidity? Well, we tapped into it, and then we look at the displacement, right? Being the fair value gaps, right? Oh. Right, if you're not in, you're not in. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 1, 2. Looks like could be. Right, so who's giving me this? This is Griff, right? Don't leave these out, right? Because that's how I can tell how you're looking here. 4, right? Are we doing that? Again, mighty deep for a set of median lines, but let's see if I can clean that up a little bit. Oh, shit, look at that. Nice. I couldn't even see it. 80%. Where do we pivot? What do we do up here? We sweep this high by a couple of ticks. When I'm laughing, I'm just only in the context of it's so amazingly perfect. Like how many educational videos have you seen where they say, okay, well, if we break the structure and we get to, right, we sweep the liquidity, look for a retrace. Can't make this stuff up, right? It's either there or it's not. So is it a 4? A, B, C? It's no reason to think otherwise now. Okay, let's get that out of there. Let's get this one up here. I don't know what he's thinking here. Well, it's obviously you'd want to wick off the 1, just see, are we going to hold that? Skinny on the 2. Can live with the 3, right to the median line, breaks the structure. There's the retrace. Where are we, again, just Elliott 101, where are we looking for? There's a 50. Just what you'd hope to see, right? We're going to sweep the liquidity, right? Here's this liquidity grab right here. Well, that's, now what we don't have is the displacement. But you see how they're all the alts are doing the same thing. It looks like, oh, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? They're all kind of squeezing here. Where, you know, everybody's waiting for the Fed, right? Fuck, what time is it? Right? They'll be out soon enough. Let's see. Oh, let me get this. It'd be shocking if they made a change to policy today, but it's all about the press conference. 1, 2. We're going to hold here. Well, I got a 5 down to 3. Am I going to get a zigzag? You know, might put a little alert on that. That's good. 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. What are we anticipating? It's not a hard call. Now remember, as I said before, the 80% is burned, right? It's one-time use. So while that can be useful as a guide, I would probably switch with that having been already burned. I'd do it this way. I start getting my channeling in place here. That's a little bit, you know, we're getting some throw over here. So you have a choice when you see that. I want to clone this and maybe take it down 50%. We're going to go a little lower. I really don't want, you know, it would be ideal if we don't overlap that 1. Can we rally here after that little sweep? It's hard to say. It's okay, go in the right direction. I mean, I'd have the 4 in. You could do, you've got a candidate here for WXY. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B. It's a little skinny. You're going to have to dig that C out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, skinny, right? So some people say, are you forcing it? Okay, maybe. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying I've got a candidate here. What do I want to see? I want to see this. All right from that 50. I want to see something like this. I want to add here, stopping at a low. If it does this, okay, I'll reevaluate and then see, can I duplicate the whole thing down here? But right now, there's no reason, right, to think otherwise. Oh, sure. Well, again, do you want to do it right before the Fed announces? You know, it's going to move the markets. I just don't think it's going to move much. But it could be enough to alter some counts, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Okay, that's Griff. Thanks for that one. Oh, here's a new one. Oh, I've seen this handle, this avatar, but not this handle. Silent Hand is giving us SUI. Looking like Wyckoff reaccumulation. Okay, let me see. Let's see. He's just giving me, I think he might be a new member because he's giving me the old. I may not be able to get his work. Let's leave that, see if I can get that up. Nope, that's not it. So hang on a second. Let's see if I can. If I do it this way, can I get it up that way? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so he's giving me, so what's his call here? We're doing Wyckoff accumulation. Were you putting any Wyckoff in here? No, it's okay. I've got SUI over here. Let's see how it would compare. One sec. Okay. This is what I'm looking for, right? Is for us to get to that median line. I think that's from Friday's video. How are we looking there? Did we get it? Did we complete that? I feel like we might have. Well, that's not really what we want there. That's the one. That 3 is pretty solid. I wouldn't be disputing that. Same thing when we sweep the high, right? Can I show you this every single week, right? That would be just a moron. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. That would be a high risk location to be entering right after the break of structure. Right, again, what do we anticipate after a break of structure? It's not what do we know, what do we anticipate? Retrace, what do we get? Retrace. Well, so you got a couple of choices, right? Is this 3, 4, is this 1, 2? And we're going to go up. I like the sound of that. Do we have a 3 in that? Is that correction good enough? You could have some sort of a flat going here. You got an impulse here, but that could be ABC. So you could it's a candidate, right? You could be looking at a W, X. We'd need a Y over here. All right, so this would be your A, your B, and your C to give you the X. That's a little abby, right, for the X to be going beyond the 3, but okay, well, it's a candidate. A, B, C, A, B, C, A. So how would that fit in with some potential Wyckoff accumulation? I'm not a Wyckoff expert, but I don't know. I don't know that I would be. That would be my first thought. In an accumulation, you're going to want something like this, right? Where we'd have this being in the spring here, and we've gone up. This looks more like we're doing this to me, like we're going to do an A, a B, and a C. So, I mean, I keep this open all the time. I've got quite a bit of this. So I'm looking up here. I mean, could you go 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah. Right. I mean, if you're bullish, right, I kind of want I want it lower. I know it seems counterintuitive, but I want it lower here because I'm one, right, obviously better upside. I want this. I want this one, right, as I say all the time. I want that one. Now I know where I am. Oh, I see what they did, right? Oh, WXY, right? It took a little time. I'd probably end up here, right? Because to make the time balance, right? If we're going to do that, the 2 and the 4 are awfully far apart. I mean, you kind of need this 1, 2 here to make this fly. So could you do it this way? Well, look, your 2 here relative to this 4. I'd want more time, right? So I might do it that way. I'm still working off of the idea that I'm playing on the 80% odds here. So if I go back to a 2 here, I get one of 2 outcomes here. Failure to make the median line sets up a move equal to or greater. Right, here's the push. Failure to make it equal to or greater. Bummer, right? That's not what we want to see, right? That would. Oh shit! Did I get SUI here? Did he give me SUI? Yeah, he did SUI. Oh, there. Okay, there's the Wyckoff he's talking about. He's giving me. I'm not a Wyckoff expert, but I know enough about it to be dangerous. Thanks, Silent Hand. I feel you. Let me go to a 4-hour here. Oh, let's try a little bit more. Let's go to an 8. If I can see what he's showing me. I'm not sure that's adding much to me to this. I think the Elliott count looks a little cleaner, right? Not the discount. You know, if you've studied enough Wyckoff to have an opinion on it. I think he's talking about right here. But I don't feel like I'm getting an advantage by moving to Wyckoff off of the Elliott count. This is clearly a 3. This is debatable. I'd feel a whole lot better about putting money at risk here if I got that, because then I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I see it. 3, 3, 3, right? Oh, okay. That's the 4, because the 1, 2, but it's the time indifference, right? Between the two. I wouldn't force anything, but if you've gotten to my head, I'm going to be a buyer because I'm counting on the 80%. Well, you know, as much as you can count on 80%, getting me there. You know, of course, the alternate would be that the 5 is in of whatever this is. This is the 4. We've got a little 5 here, so this is going to be a 1. That's actually it's not terrible. So what would your next thought be? Okay, I've completed. Let's get this one out of here. So this is the zone I'd be looking for that buying opportunity down here. And you'd be doing it thinking, oh, there's the A, there's the B, there's the C. And now I'm going to be interested if I can get you over here, down here. If we get that, right, that's probably not the 3. We're going to need a 1 of the 3, right? Because again, the impulse is not optional. 1, 2, 1, 2 wouldn't be sad about that at all. Where's our target up here? $9 bucks. How are we going to get there, right? This is. I would have that on my screen, on my chart. Thanks for that, Silent Hand. I like your stuff. It's good. Oh, okay. Where am I? 12:50. Okay, I got time for. Okay, these guys give me a couple. Well, I got to do just common courtesy. The guys who posted first on X. Let me get to those. Give me one sec here, because I think I got everything that's been posted. Where is Wonka? Gave me that list. Oh shit, I got a big list here. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. No, I don't want to copy. Give me a sec here, guys. I don't want that one. I don't want. These are copies. That one's good. That one's a copy. That's where we started. Okay. Well, here's one I'm watching pretty closely, right? Just like all of the alts, right? Here's the retrace. This one just while I'm here. Stellar. 1, 2. Where's the high probability location for the 3? Literally goes to the tick. WXY. Is that what we're doing here? That's what I'm looking for. You can see all my alerts are down here, right? Because I want to be a buyer. But I digress. Let me. What do I have on the side there? That's ETH to Bitcoin, right? Another one. Shit, while I'm here, right? I'd be keeping an eye on that one. How long has it been? I mean, a long time, right? Since we were looking at any kind of crypto to Bitcoin. While, right? A few years ago, it was as common as, half of them were to the dollar tether, half of them were to Bitcoin. Now it's rare to see it. Oh, okay, well, why? 1, 2, was that a 3? It'll be a good looking 3 when I get up here. 1, 2. Oof. It's not a great start. Clearly the impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not obligated to go up there. But that's one to watch. Okay, shit, here I'm getting sidetracked. Here, let's just add another leg in there. Oh, there's an S&P count with a bunch of shit on it. Let's just remove indicators. Okay, so here we go with Ondo. Now, as I tend to do, I'm going to go to the aggregator here so I can get full history. Let's go to the daily. And then, now if I'm going to trade it, all right, we like to give our sponsor, Femex, a little pump or a little push, right, for those of you looking for an exchange. Okay, what are we doing here with Ondo? Well, this looks like so many, right? Here's the, okay, which administration are we going to get? Crypto friendly. Okay, and then it all comes back. So you can understand why. Okay, why? Wonder why. Now, this, again, this is a little abnormal, but too deep. Are we in log? No. Do I need to be in log? Yep. Well, could go either way, which is annoying, right? So I'm going to look at it both. I don't want to try and connect the two. So I wouldn't think ABC of a 1 and we're going to the moon. It's kind of ugly. Well, you don't have a lot to work with here. If it's me, I wouldn't spend a lot of time here. I mean, that's all the history we have on this. So what's your choice, right? Okay, well I could probably come back to this here we do it this way and say, okay, what's here, right? Do if there's no Elliott count, does that, whoa shit, can I not trade it? Well, what can I look at, right? So we got a clear liquidity sweep here, and then we get a decent push. What happens at the high, right? We get another liquidity sweep here, right? Again, just common as it can be. Looks like you finish a 5 here, so you're starting here. Because, right, we know we begin and we end in 5s. Hard to argue with that not being a 5. Diag 5, right? It looks mighty tight, but oh, it's mighty tight, right? I might let that slide. It's 5, right? It's 5, right? So what do I got coming off of it here? I've had a little sweep. That's the daily. Let's go to a 2. See if this gets any more interesting. God, it looks like it's like SUI, same, almost exactly the same. Well, what could you do here to kind of help with it? Put the squeeze and the EWO on there. Okay, it's not gorgeous. Well, can we label it? I might be inclined to start there. Looks like I'm going to have to do a flat here. Looks like that gets me done. A, B, oh fuck. Yeah, A, B, C. We'll probably do it that way. Into the 5. No, you might have to do it here. 1, 2. If we're going to use this as 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, you can still do it. There's an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we get the completed impulse, and it's all self-contained, right? That's the criteria we want to look for, right? Do we stay inside a nice channel? We do. Looks like we're technical on the B wave. Not a perfect split, but you can see again, what did they do up here? Right, it looks like this is it's so common with smaller alts is all manipulation, right? So we get swing, wick the high, grab the stops there, come down, right? So this algo's not fully paid yet. If that's completed, well, it's not too difficult to label it. That's the A and that's a B. Okay, where are we going? Well, where do they usually go? Get it right on there. They're all doing the same thing, right? Waiting. Where we're getting the retrace again. This is what you waited for. When it's up here, oh fuck! Look at Ondo's got a beautiful looking 5. It's starting to come down. No, it's like, oh god, maybe it'll come down. Maybe it'll do it in a 3. That's heads up, right? That's opportunity knocking. Now, just as a reminder, you can't look at that and go, well, it would never do this. It would never do that, would it? We would never have this turn into a 5. That's impossible. Well, of course not, right? Certainly it's you can't eliminate the risk. The risk has always got to be there, which is why you want to be so picky about where you put money at risk. There's so much to trade. If you keep looking, you'll find something that's right. It's your pitch. The overall picture here isn't good enough for me to go, oh, I'm going to keep an eye on that. But, excuse me. Oh, these damn allergies. If you had some of that, I wouldn't be discouraged. I don't know that I'd be looking to park money here, but, and I say that because of this. What? ABC? Or just, Elliott's not, we're not playing Elliott ball here. But we seem to be now. Right? It can come and go. Okay, so that's Ondo. Let me keep going here. Let's do ENA. Oh, where can I do that? Well, I think I did this just recently here. Okay, we got a starting point. Same kind of thing, right? Does any of this matter right now? Not really. We're not trying to connect any of it. This is just history. Okay, I got a fresh low, and all the ingredients for a good low, right? They swept the liquidity down here. Didn't get this liquidity, right? So we don't get a new low here. So these two are, I'm not thinking 1, 2. No, I don't really care, right? I'm starting right here. Okay. Impulse. Well, that's kind of a fucked up start, but it looks like we might have to go log scale here. It's not a dramatic difference, but it is 3 times the range. You may not, oops, may not need it. 3 times the range. 4, you got to do it. So shit, are we gonna have to do this? 1, 2. I'd still do it this way. You're trying to factor this in. I'd put, there's a little pause here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that. And this is going to be, look how far this is going to be past the norm, right? It's way past. Well, let's hang on. Let's consider the alternate, right? Would this make sense to put the 3 down here and have a monster 5? It's too big, right? Yeah, I still would go this way. I'd still keep it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kicker in the 5th of the 3rd. I think it's cleaner count. There's the 4, right? So that's going to be more consistent with a typical 4 retracement, right? We went not quite to the 50. So what are we thinking now? Again, where do they usually go? Do we have to come down here? No. Market is never obligated to do anything ever. It's going to do what it's going to do. But I've got a nice completed impulse here. Well, it's not the prettiest one I've ever seen, but it's all self-contained in that channel, so that tells me I got an impulse here. So what's the? So it's like, oh fuck, I really want to trade this. Well, you better hurry up and wait, because that's what you're going to have to wait for. I mean, if you want to put, want to buy it now, buy it now. But if you're going to try and be precise with the TA, I got a 5, wouldn't you wait for a 3 to complete? I know, I want it now, I want it now. I get it. I don't think there's much to add there. That's a hurry up and wait. VRA. VRA. Can I get the aggregator? Yeah, I can. So he wants long term. Okay, so let's go. Well, let's start with a daily. Long term on this. Why are we thinking long term? Oh, shit. Oh, I lost my, so you guys can see here. Okay, do we have to, yeah, we got to be in log scale. Veracity. Do we want to go? Well, this we can block all this off. Well, coming out of the swamp here, it looks like we could probably connect this. This it's completely untradeable, and there's no Elliott there, but it shows, right? So we got all this chop, and then, oh, here it is. Well, you're kind of working backwards, as is often the case with Elliott. Okay, so it looks like a 3, but what's the subdivision? Yeah, you'd have to put it over here. Now, Al involved? Likely. Where are you, Al? Get him right on that. That's a front run here. Very, very well could be. You could, this is a WXY. It looks like you're finishing with an ABC here. It looks like we get, oh fuck, that's gonna fuck me up. Oh, hang on a second. Boy, that's a cluster of the highest order. Let's go. Let's see if we go. He wanted something longer term. So if I get anything different looking at it this way. Well, just because of what I see here, I'd be inclined to do it this way. It's a 3, right? We could debate, is this A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't work. A, B, C. Okay, maybe. Either way, I've got the 5-3 seems to be solid. Again, if I'm picking, oops, I don't know, this would be the first place I'd be looking to park capital. The Al. Oh, that's a wick, but see, hitting this twice. Oh, this could be a series. No, they're getting little wicks on either side of this, right? So that's definitely Al. Here's the reaction. That's him or her or whomever, right? However you want to think of it. That's a 3-day here and still, right? It's all wick, right? So Al stays active, right? We need a close above. Oh, I can't say I love it. Why, right? What? Go back to a daily. What do you? Where's your edge? What edge are you playing off of? We got a few ingredients here. Right? Did we get a liquidity sweep? No, not here, but we did get one right here. Right, so the nearby liquidity was swept. Surprising they didn't get this. Okay, well, all right. Can we get an impulse out of here? Again, you want to put money at risk there? If you do, you're doing it because you believe in the utility of Veracity. I don't think it's a meme coin. I can't remember what it does or why it exists. But okay, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's not good enough. If it gets to that, okay, maybe. Oh fuck. Okay. We do. Okay, if I get that, different story. But I don't have that yet. Give me that, and I'll consider the retrace. And why? There's no. You have no edge here. So I'm not saying that. As in, describe your edge. There is no edge. So why would you put money at risk here without an edge? Reasonable question. Okay, Crown. Shit, I don't think I've ever looked at Crown. I don't even know what it does. Let's see why it exists. Okay, let's get to a daily. Fortunately, with T8, you don't need to know. Oh, well, that's not very pretty. Crown. So anybody asking for this, It's not because of the TA. So there's another reason they're interested in this. See, if I pull up that chart, now, not to be disrespectful to the guy who's trading or interested in this, I'm already gone. Like, why would I see nothing but slop, chop, manipulation. Why I want to trade here? I don't have a lot of history. So, okay, well, maybe is there something, if we go down to something like a 2 hour here, is there anything? No. See, as far as I'm concerned, that's untradeable. You're completely at the mercy of whatever manipulation is going on there. So, sorry, man, whoever posted that, I think that's a dog. Maybe it's a puppy. Maybe it turns into a, to belabor that analogy. I wouldn't touch it with your money. Link. Oh, we love Link. Link I've got over here. Oh, Chainlink. How are we looking today? All right, so same idea. Are we doing the 4? Where's my 4? Oh shit, where is my 4? Oh, there it is. This is what we're doing. Seems to be what they're all implying. Right, you know, here we go. Where's the high probability location for a 4? 2338. Where'd we go? Right? Did we sweep the liquidity? Not really. We swept the internal, right? Or this leg moving down, but we didn't get this. Is that a good sign? Could be. They all look exactly the same. 1, 2, is that 3, 4, 5? Right, we're with the extension of the 1, just like we looked at. I don't know how many of these we've looked at. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, is that the 4? Well, I sure would want a good. Oh, that's the wrong one. I sure would want a good 5 coming out of here. I'd want to sweep that 4 for sure. That's what I'd wait for. That's what I am waiting for. All right, 5, 3, 5. But no, you see, this is always the risk, right? Nothing says we couldn't do this. Oh, that's it. Oh, for sure, that's it. Nope. Oh, no, is that it? Oh, that's got to be it. Nope. That's it. Right, you got to get something to take out all of that, right? Otherwise, you're trying to pick the turn, and do you have enough there to say the turn's in? No, you don't. Yeah, now I'm down on the 30-minute. Okay, so there's a little. Oh, you're sweeping that high, so you could make a case the low is in with the break of that. Cause here, if I zoom in there. All right, so the idea, this is all, we haven't taken out any highs until we get here. Then that's the pivot high before we got that low. So that would confirm the low on a 30-minute. Is that a good looking impulse? Well, you could probably talk yourself into it but now you're getting down into the really tiny little. Jeez, there's a 30-minute. You want to go off of a 5-minute? Well, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, be prepared to be changing your counts a lot. It's just so squirrely down here. The predictability of Elliott reduces, the shorter the time frame. I mean, pretty dramatically. So just keep that in mind. That's why you never see me go down here. It's just a matter of where can I get an edge? Do I have an edge down here? Well, okay, maybe. But everything compresses when you're down on these lower time frames, right? So you're like, oh shit, okay, can I get from 1750 to 1790? Okay, you lever that up, okay, right? You can make some money there. Would you want to enter it now? Probably not. What would you be looking for? That. Oh, these inverse fair value gaps, right? So it's okay, right? It's maybe for the Deegans. That's Link. I think you're gonna get a better look at how it reacts based on how everybody responds to the Fed, which again I think is going to be a dud. I think we were already talking about September. And then the last one here from this group. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, so I will have time to get to those other ones that those of you requesting on the live stream. How are we doing here? Short term started with a market maker move. Okay. I love you guys, that have opinions, and mine is just one. Okay, so there's oh shit, I got something on. I don't even remember what I have on there. Something with two moving averages. It wouldn't be on there if I didn't like it. What was it? This one, XO macro trend. Somebody showed it to me. Okay, so let's Oh, here, just while I do that, let me pull the market structure off here. It's not everybody looks at that or agrees with that. So let's get out to a daily. Bitcoin Cash. All right, is this going to benefit from? Oh shit! No, I'm going to take that off. A lot of EMAs, nothing there I think I want. Oh, I'm going to take this off too. Okay, all right, so you bring up a chart like this. Okay, we look to see some Elliott here. Yeah. Two big push here, big push here. Looks like a 3 into the retrace. Oh, no, that looks like Wyckoff, actually. Right here. Kind of got a double spring here, but okay. Can we count this with some Elliott here? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, first question is, okay, what's wrong with it? Well, that's a clusterfuck, right? But you can probably get into 3, 4, 5 to get that done. This is just a vertical launch, so you probably call that an impulse. Okay, right? So from our absolute low, what are we looking for? Where do they usually go? 50 to the golden zone. There's 50 to the tick. So again, 5. Do the markets move 5 and 3s? It seems to be still an open question. 5 up, 3 down. 5 up, 3. Right. And we finish with a 5, right? So you got 5. Well, it's a zigzag. It's kind of a funky one. But 5, 3, 5. 1. Not in love with it. What's the key piece of this puzzle? This will be a break of structure. Let's go to a 4, see how that looks. Got a good 2 in here? No. How about a good 3? Not really. Can I channel it? Not really. Do this, 2. Can't say I love it, right? So already, now if it's me, right? Again, people are requesting this. If it's me, I'm next chart. I don't have an edge here. What? Maybe I've got this going, but that's not what we want off the 50. We want it, and that's a mighty accommodating TA view. 1, 2. Can you not go 1 here? Can we even get an impulse into that? Well, we might. Doesn't clear it. Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, that's really close. It might be, you might allow for that. Let's not be, oh fuck me, too hard ass about it. Where'd my 3 go? I mean, that's really close. So let's see if we can structure it. If we can get a count put together here. 1, fuck, come here. 1, 2, 3, can't, doesn't work. All right, so we'd have to be looking at this and accommodating the overlap, which can't do it in this format, right? We'd have to change the labeling, which is a bummer because that's an impulse, right? That's just straight. Okay, well, hang on. Let's see if we can reconsider this. Could we go 1, 2 and push the 4 off, right? Because that would be your next thought. Oh shit! Well, it can't be a 1, 2. It can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the alternate? Well, if not this, then that, and if not that, And this, could that be a 1, 2? It's just not improving, right? Because then this is my 1 and it's all this chop here. So it's, you know, for the Elliottician, right? I as I said, I'd have been gone 10 minutes ago because I can't see it. I don't believe I have an edge here because I don't know, I can't recognize a pattern that's useful to me. ABC, ABC, ABC. Well, let's see, can I do this, right? Can I do this? I have to put the B here. See, even that it's not improving. If I start playing with alternates, A, B, C, can I put the 3 here? Diag. We get away with that. This would have to be the 2 here. Sorry, whoever, I just, 1, I think, I shouldn't sit on it, but I think this is, I wouldn't put a lot of money here. Not to shit on it, but for no other reason than I think the battle for what's going to be your transactional crypto, I'm not sure Bitcoin Cash is going to win that. They might, but I wouldn't. Why? What again? What's your edge? You don't have one. Until I get more clarity out of that, I just wouldn't touch it. It's better. I think they're better technical setups, so I would let this clarify. Now, if it does, if we do something like this, and we like, oh shit, 1, 2, oh I got a 1, and I can get more clarity here, and I can get into that 2, and then go for that 3. Well, are we going that high in Bitcoin Cash? We might. 1, 2, right? So I need a better 1 before I'm going to put money at risk. I'm not going to go, well, fuck, it could be a 1. Or, well, so the 2 was perfect, so, but I don't get a good 1. So I'm going to wait until I get more clarity there. The market has to talk to me. It's just a bunch of noise there. That's my view for what that's worth. Okay, so then I got Crown is utility token for the game. That's why I'm not a gamer and pay no attention to gaming, so that's why I wouldn't know it. But thanks for that update. Short term started with market maker. You get. I mean, again, there's how many thousands of cryptocurrencies are there, right? So gamers, right, are much more dialed into that, and I'm not suggesting there isn't huge potential in the merger between. I mean, it's already happening in crypto and the gaming world, which is fucking huge. So not to make light of it, but I don't track it, right? So I have no sense of who's a player in there. This has so much potential. You know, the alternate here is that this could be a W, X, and Y. It's going to come over here. It's just, you know, if you're bull, it's like, oh, fuck it. Let's just, right? Again, discount premium, right? You're buying right at the premium. Bad. Can you get away with it? Yes. Bad result because you'll do it next time. Right? So, okay, why? It's not good enough. Okay, let me see. So I had Intel. So we'll get off of crypto. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Jeez, sometimes I hit that mute button. It doesn't mute. Okay, so let's get Intel. What's going on here? Do I need to be in log scale? Oh, shit, that's left over from a live stream. So let's go to the weekly on Intel because they've had a rough ride here lately. Do we need to be in log scale? Yeah, we do. Okay, so what I tend to do, I want to mark out the key pivots, right? Okay, so this I'm really, you know, kind of stuck here in a box. sure looks a lot better in log than it does out of log, right? So this is why you got to look at both. Okay, so if this is my low here, are you thinking 1-2? Okay, right. I can live with that. So let's just keep it, some broad strokes here. Is that what you're thinking? Well, it's hard. They missed the AI push. All right, you think that Al's in here? Yeah, I think so. Well, okay, right. So you could go either way here. Right? We're gonna have a truncation here. It's mighty close. I would go there secondarily. All right, so if that's our pivot here. Let's go back to a daily. That's 5. All right, so looking at that, this is what I see. Well, I'm not saying that I'm right. For that 2. Candidate. Because I'm just working backwards, right? So what do I see to finish it, right? I got a 3. But I got a candidate for 3. Oh, I might have to do it here. Pardon me, you would. Excuse me. All right, so because I've got a 5 in here, I got to deal with. I've got this. I can't ignore. Right, you got to account for it. I mean, assuming you're trading Elliott Wave, I want to account for the 5s and the 3s. So what is it? A, B, C, W. This is a little bit of a force fit, but I don't know what else to do with it. We don't. All right, it's more common for an X that we're not going to sweep the high here. Then I'm going to go A, B, C. Well, okay, again, all right, Al. All right, probably. We looked at it right here. So, okay. Look like we're done. Well, can we label it? This kind of looks like we might. This is a lot of consolidation down here. So if we put, let's get rid of that. Jeez, I'm surprised we're out of a squeeze. Out of a squeeze, but that's not a great launch. Interesting. Right, so we have swept the lows down here. Right, so we got any liquidity here has been grabbed. We're gonna do the jeez. Let's see, I love that. What a nightmare that is. I mean, gun to my head, right? Again, this looks like Wyckoff. This looks like accumulation, whether you're adding Wyckoff to it or not. You're gonna sell it or buy it? Right, that sure looks like you'd be a buyer down there. Now we're literally hitting the golden. We get it right on there. Not quite there. We got this. I can't say I love that, but okay, there it is. That's a contender. It's possibly we've got a 1, ABC into the 2. I mean, again, the point is the approach, right? Trying to do it the same way every time. Can we develop an edge, right? Is there something here that we can go, okay, well, based on our approach to the market, which of course is just one of many. Okay, 1, 2. That's mighty sharp. I wouldn't touch that until I see some reaction come out of here. Maybe fill the gap. Right. See, this is the thing, right? So you go, oh shit, it's gonna fill the gap, right? Now you better be thinking short term, right? If that's what you're doing. Because if anything, if that's ABC, we're going to fill the gap. That's likely to be your 1, right? That's the better play is to wait for this. But people are impatient, like, motherfucker, I want it now. Well, okay, right? What's your thought? That we're going to do this? That we're just going to go straight vertical here? We're not going to have a retrace? We're just going to 1, 2, 3. Probably not. I mean, nothing, anything's possible, but 1, 2, 3. No, much more likely that we're going to do this. That's where I want to buy it. But that requires patience, right? Which is annoying, right? Fuck, I want it now. I get you. Okay, what else did I have? So I had Intel, and I had HBAR. And what's the perpetual? All right, then we're getting close to being done. HBAR, do I have you, the aggregator? I would imagine I do. Yes, I do. Just do this, right, so we can get all the history. We've looked at this many times. I've been kind of watching this one. I wouldn't start it over here. I wouldn't try and be connecting these two at all. Okay, let's keep it as simple as we possibly can. Is that realistic? I'm not saying it's not. Okay, what happened here? Let's see what that looks like. Looks like Al's out there too deep. Although, do we need to be in log scale? 04, yeah, we do. It's 10 times the range. Yeah, you got to be in log scale. Okay, so now the 1, 2. Oh, okay, did I forget into 5 here? It looks like I might have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like a decent finish. All of these, and we, I don't even have to put the shit on there, right? You know it's going to be here. I don't know which one I've got on there. Oh, let's add a few more of those. Right, so big fair value gap here, which we're toe in the water there. Is that a reasonable location for a 2? Yes. Double on the 50, order block. Right here, fair value gap. So, okay, we're coming back now. So, whoa, kind of late on that party. Because it looks like you're putting the 1 in here. I see you're, 1, I need the 2. 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck. All right, when you want to, oh, God, I don't want to buy it up here, right? I'm paying retail. But what if it goes? Well, what if it does, right? At some point, you're going to get a retrace, right? Because how can you say that with confidence, right? Not certainty, but this will be, what? Break of structure. What do we anticipate after the break of structure, right? So we look here. We saw this in some other coins or some other assets where you might look at this and go, okay, 1, oh, shit, 2. Let me get my drift. Shit, I keep forgetting you guys don't have the mouse. I'm so used to it. 1, 2. Break of structure, right? You could literally play this by the book. 1, right? And it would complete the 5 here. Give me that 1. I'll wait because I want to buy it at discount, at least below the 50. Less risk, more reward. But well, there's less risk, more reward if it does this, right? If it goes up and we just go up, 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 you're like, oh, fuck, I missed it. Get used to it. Don't cry. Just next trade. Right? You miss them, it's going to be part of your experience. You're going to miss trades. Really good ones, too. Why? Because your discipline and your methodology and the rule set that you work with is so much more important than any one trade. It's got to be, nope, that's my rule set. This is how I approach the market. It's based on my experience, what I've learned, what I've been taught, what I've experienced trading myself. I don't buy, just for an example, right? I don't buy breakouts at highs. I don't buy in the premium, right? I only sell in the premium, right? If I'm in the premium, I don't want to be a buyer because the risk is so, all of the things that we try and encourage you to develop as a rule set, which I kind of fly through this stuff pretty quickly, but you'll notice, week after week, right? It's always the same thing, right? Essentially, you could watch any of these live streams and they're all going to be exactly the same as the other, right? The only thing that's different is where we are in the timing. But the rules, the methodology does not change. I mean, right here, I could put easily set of median lines on this. Like, do I not have 80% odds? Yes, I do. Now, you can look at that and say, but didn't you have 80% odds here? Yes, I did. I got a new pivot. What do I know, right? I got 80% odds to get there, which means that could, whoa. Oh, but you said there'd be a retrace. Well, the market's going to do what it's going to do. That seems a little abnormal to me, because it looks like this one, or if anything, we get here. So what looks more likely to me is that we would do something like this, sweep, grab that liquidity, and then do something like this, and then get the third. That's the one I would wait for. Now, do we get it? Well, you know, there's no knowing. There's no knowing. But one thing I do know is that as long as this pivot holds, I have 80% probability of getting to that median line, right? And that's good enough for me. That's a real edge. Right, what's the key to that statement, right? 80% is not 100%. So you can't come crying to me and say, I took that HBAR Hedera trade and it didn't, right? Okay, put your big boy pants on, next trade. Oh, do you mean you got stopped out? Oh, fuck, man, the sky is falling. Embrace the stop out. Don't avoid it. That's probably the biggest mistake people make. They're trying to avoid getting stopped out, right? So they just, all they're doing is moving their stop, because I can't get stopped out, because that means I'm wrong. And my ego just cannot handle that. As I say, week after week, if you can't handle being wrong, you're in the wrong business. This is the wrong place for you to be putting money at risk. If you can't handle being wrong, because I can guarantee you, you're going to be wrong when you're right. If you can't handle that, wrong game for you. Anything else? I think I got everybody. Cool. Okay. Well, other than I'm going to figure out whatever that is, right? So one of the nice guys on here was telling me it's something to do with, that's OBS. It's fucking me up. I'll figure it out. Sorry. God, that's 3 weeks in a row. Man, bad luck. Okay, guys. I'm going to be out of town next week. I'm taking a little 4-day vacay. Just it's a little slow. I don't know. Just get out of town, right? So we're going down to the Bahamas, my wife and I, just for 4 days. So we're gonna leave Sunday, back on Thursday. So there won't be a live stream next week. I see. Maybe. Well, no, I probably have to do it. But I'll be back for the Friday video. I don't think my guys can do it because they all have other gigs during the day. I like this one though. But see, these are fun to watch, right? Because we can come back to this probably 2 weeks from now and see, okay, did we get there, right? Or is it still on the way? Or did we roll over and now we got to do this? Certainly possible. Although pretty good looking launch point. Okay, guys, I'll wrap it there. I'm going to go grab some lunch. Thanks to all of you guys. Thank you that hang out with me and watch these. I know many of you watch it after the fact, and you just go right to the assets that interest you. But hopefully it's the consistency. It's always done the same way, right? Hopefully that's what you pick up on it. Okay, guys, with that, I'll wish you guys some good trading. Hopefully, I haven't seen what's happened to the Fed. I'll catch up with you guys. I guess I am here.